Have you ever wondered why some people seem to navigate life with clarity and purpose, while others are stuck in constant struggles? Proverbs 28 holds powerful secrets about success and justice that can completely transform the way you face your daily challenges. But here's the catch. These lessons aren't for those seeking shortcuts or quick fixes. They demand courage, integrity, and above all, wisdom. Imagine living with unshakable confidence, making just decisions, and building a legacy that truly matters. Does that seem out of reach? It's not. The truths in this chapter are practical and transformative, ready to be applied to your life. Are you prepared to unlock these secrets and discover how they can guide you to genuine success? Lesson 1. Live with integrity. The wicked flee though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. Proverbs 28 verse 1. This verse highlights the peace and confidence that come from living a life of integrity. When your actions align with honesty and righteousness, you have nothing to fear. Imagine a professional who consistently fulfills promises and treats others with respect. They sleep soundly, unburdened by the fear of hidden consequences. Integrity isn't just an ideal, it's a daily practice. Start by being truthful in small matters, pay your debts on time, keep your word, and treat everyone with kindness. These habits build trust and strengthen your personal and professional relationships. When you live with integrity, courage naturally follows. After all, those who walk in righteousness have nothing to hide. But how can we apply justice to our daily decisions? Lesson 2. Practice justice in your decisions. Those who forsake the law praise the wicked, but those who keep the law resist them. Proverbs 28 verse 4. This verse calls us to stand for what is right, even when it's difficult. Practicing justice isn't just about major decisions. It begins in everyday choices. Think about standing up to unfair comments at work or helping someone in need, even if it doesn't benefit you immediately. Justice requires courage, as it often means going against the tide. Start by asking yourself, does this decision reflect the values I believe in? Be fair in your interactions, treat others with respect, and seek to resolve conflicts wisely. When you practice justice, you not only improve your own life but also inspire others to do the same. Speaking of values, what does true wealth teach us about life? Lesson 3. Value true wealth. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse. Proverbs 28 verse 6. This lesson challenges us to rethink the concept of wealth. It's not just about money but about living a life of purpose, where integrity outweighs material gain. Imagine someone who compromises their values to get rich quickly. They might gain status but lose respect, both from others and themselves. True wealth is built on righteous actions and a heart aligned with lasting principles. Reflect on how you spend your time and energy. Are you investing in what truly matters? Dedicate yourself to cultivating relationships, helping your community, or learning something new. These are treasures that no one can take away. But how do we balance our desires with the need for self-control? Lesson 4. Practice self-control. If anyone turns a deaf ear to my instruction, even their prayers are detestable. Proverbs 28 verse 9. This verse reminds us of the importance of discipline and self-control. Obeying the law, whether divine or moral, requires inner strength to resist impulses and act wisely. Think about everyday situations, like avoiding unnecessary purchases or holding back from responding impulsively during a disagreement. To develop self-control, start with simple goals. For instance, commit to pausing and reflecting before making important decisions or practice daily meditation on your actions. These habits create a solid foundation to resist greater temptations. Living with discipline aligns your prayers and actions with God's will. But what role do leaders play in shaping justice in our lives and society? Lesson 5. Choose your leaders wisely. When the righteous triumph, there is great elation. But when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. Proverbs 28 verse 12. This verse highlights the profound impact of just leaders on our lives and communities. A good leader inspires, guides with wisdom, and promotes collective well-being. On the other hand, Corrupt leaders bring discontent and suffering. Think of a leader who transformed an environment for the better. They're living proof of the power of righteous leadership. In practice, this begins with you. Be selective about whom you follow, from mentors to political leaders. Look for individuals who consistently demonstrate character and values. And remember, we are all leaders in some area of life, whether in family, work, or community. Leading with justice not only improves your sphere of influence but also sets an example for others. Now, how do we deal with our own mistakes along the way? Lesson 6. Acknowledge and correct your mistakes. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Proverbs 28 verse 13. This verse reminds us that true prosperity comes from confronting our mistakes head-on rather than hiding them. Imagine someone who constantly justifies their failures or blames others. This not only stunts personal growth but also erodes trust in relationships. Recognizing mistakes starts with humility and honesty. When you err, offer sincere apologies and seek to make things right. For example, if you lose your temper, reflect on why it happened, apologize, and work to improve. Additionally, seek lessons in every failure. They're opportunities for growth. Mercy is within reach for those who are transparent with themselves and others. But what happens when we rely too much on our strength instead of divine wisdom? Lesson 7. Trust in divine wisdom, not your own strength. Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are kept safe. Proverbs 28 verse 26. This verse warns us against excessive self-reliance. Often, we blindly trust our abilities and judgments, ignoring divine guidance. Think about times when impulsive decisions or relying solely on intuition led to disappointing outcomes. True wisdom requires humility to seek counsel and accept direction. To apply this lesson, practice trusting God through prayer and reflection before acting. When facing tough decisions, ask yourself, am I acting with wisdom or just following my impulse? For example, instead of solving a problem alone, seek advice from trusted individuals or scriptures. This not only prevents mistakes but also deepens your faith. And as we cultivate this dependence on divine wisdom, how do we handle temptations? Lesson 8. Resist temptations with determination. The greedy stir up conflict, but those who trust in the Lord will prosper. Proverbs 28 verse 25. Greed is one of the most subtle and destructive temptations, leading to disputes and poor choices. Imagine someone pursuing wealth or recognition at all costs, only to find these gains empty and temporary. Resisting such temptations requires focusing on what truly matters, eternal values, and trust in the Lord. To resist, start by cultivating gratitude for what you already have. List the blessings in your life and reflect on their impact. Also, examine your motivations. Why are you pursuing certain goals? If it's only for status or material gain, it may be time to reevaluate. Trusting God doesn't mean passivity but acting with purpose and wisdom, knowing He will provide. Speaking of purposeful actions, how do we care for the most vulnerable among us? Lesson 9. Care for the vulnerable. Those who give to the poor will lack nothing, but those who close their eyes to them receive many curses. Proverbs 28 verse 27. This verse reminds us that true prosperity is tied to generosity. Helping the vulnerable is not just an act of kindness. It's a moral responsibility. Imagine the impact of small actions like donating food, volunteering your time, or sharing your knowledge on someone in need. Caring for the vulnerable can begin with simple steps, such as supporting local causes, contributing to social programs, or creating opportunities for those in need. It's not just about money but a heart willing to serve. When you give, you not only help others but also experience the joy of living with purpose. But how does courage play an essential role in all of this? Lesson 10. Act courageously in every situation. The wicked flee though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. Proverbs 28 verse 1. Courage isn't the absence of fear but the determination to act even in the face of adversity. Life often requires us to face challenges, stand up for what's right, or make tough decisions. Think of a time when you needed to make a bold choice and how it positively impacted your life. Courage is the fuel that drives us forward. To practice courage, start by facing small fears. For instance, speak the truth in uncomfortable situations or take initiative on a challenging project. Remember, true courage comes from trusting God and His justice. Each act of bravery strengthens your faith and builds a path of righteousness. So how do we bring all these lessons together to transform our lives? Now it's up to you. These lessons aren't just inspiring words. They're tools to transform every aspect of your life. Which one resonated with you the most? Is it the call to integrity, the courage to face challenges, or the responsibility to care for others? Reflect on this. What can you do today to start living these principles? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's continue this journey together. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss other videos filled with practical wisdom. It's time to build a life of purpose and justice. Are you ready to take the first step?